Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some pretty big news over here when it comes to Nintendo, and it seems like they're now, the company itself, are taking out, completely like blocking, making it so you're not able to go utilize your Switch 2. Now, ideally, and mostly of you guys watching this video are not gonna have any issues with this, no problems, no like having to go hack the mainframe or anything like, stupid like that. But we are now seeing this kind of news popping around. This also is kind of a big deal for people who may use like emulation type style stuff, using like insertable disc, like just people who might scheme around with their consoles throughout the years too. But as well as also an intriguing story to go cover, because it seems like it's now finally getting widespread and people are getting upset about it. So let's go talk about it. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Make sure you guys go and join the Switch 2 giveaway that is linked down below. So please go and join that up. We have a few more days left with that, and then we also hopefully have that done very soon. Of course, we also subscribe here, the second channel, the Twitter, Twitch, and we've also had like a lot of like, if you guys just want a little quick insert for me, a lot of just good news happening in my life, good vibes, good things, good friendships, good everything. And I did finally get my Switch 2 as well, so I came to do some more cut up on Twitch or YouTube, so be on the lookout for that. So let's go talk about some big deals that are floating around over here right now when it comes to the Switch 2 vibes. So people right now are getting this error code, which is the 21244508, and basically right now this is having Nintendo restricting and basically getting rid of your console. And this is finally now becoming a slightly more widespread. Like, we're seeing articles on it, we're seeing comments on it, and at this point people are like, ooh, this is kind of a bigger deal. Don't mind me, I was also looking at the WNBA thing. I saw Caitlin Clark or whatever just get like destroyed or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, moral of the story here for the Switch 2 stuff is that Nintendo is now taking Switch 2s offline forever if you use the MIG flash cartridges. And whether you're just pirating games or playing copies of games you own, Nintendo thinks you're guilty. Now, why is this a big deal? Well, it might not be for some folks. Like, you might just be a normal console goer, it might just download your game online and you're good to go. Maybe you don't even care about online. I've seen people who are like that. They only like playing single player games, it's a normal vibe. But there is a pretty large majority of people, and sometimes even people who buy games on like third party. Sometimes people make games. Some people pirate games and put in like, say, like a USB and try to put it through that way. Kind of a big deal. We kind of notice this stuff. It's a big thing. But nonetheless, that can affect your console. And this is a big warning that, well, Nintendo is taking some people offline. So be aware. Some Switch 2 owners have now received this error code, which results in their console being permanently banned from accessing any of its online services. As spotted by IGN and other various things like on Reddit, etc., it's not a ban hammer from sucking at Mario Kart World. Thankfully for them, not me, I'm going to be the GOAT, but one of that's targeting consoles that have used an MIG or a micro SD card equipped Switch cartridge that can be filled with copies of games. So I'm sure you guys have maybe seen like these bootleg like Ataris, old consoles, whatever. And basically it's just a little cartridge like an SD, because these are technically on micro SD cards, and so you get bigger storage, etc. You basically, it's like I said, imagine a USB, you put some files in it, you plug it in your computer, you can access the video games, files, emulated stuff, like whatever. Same concept, just with the micro SD cards on the Switch. And what people are doing is they're trying to go and download old school style games. And this also might open up a big window for emulators and emulation in the future as well. So Nintendo does not want this. This is like their biggest nightmare. They would never want you to have free copies of games or have their games be downloadable or have them on an emulator. Although we do secretly know that the Switch had a lot of emulation style games and people are trying to go crack the Switch 2 to go and make it so they can emulate these games out. Same with the PS5, it does take a while. Usually Nintendo, I think, is cracked quicker, but it's also because it's older technology. It's Nintendo, they're a little more boomery. They probably just assume kids aren't doing stuff. Versus the PlayStation, they're a little bit more hardcore. Anyway, basically, whether you used one of these to pirate games or play copies of games you own, which is technically legal, Nintendo's stance on it is broad, and it will be considered a violation of its user agreement and ban your console. So the makers of the MIG cartridges have taken reasonable efforts to distance itself from what a majority of buyers will likely do with it, which is play pirated games. Now, I usually just buy the game. Like, if I want the game, I want to play the game, I'm gonna buy the game. So the cartridge's product page notes that it serves as a backup and development device solely supporting gaming using personal game backups to maintain the MIG flash warranty during online play. It is essential to utilize self-dumped backups with authenticated, just basically like a bunch of words. But basically they're trying to be like, hey, this is for like, if you just want to save your game file. Hey, maybe you're a game dev and you just want to test if the game works. Hey, you're not pirating, like, right? Right. Yeah, us either. You know, they're trying to play it on the low-key side, which might be legal. I mean, it's just a micro SD card at the high level of it all, but... So Nintendo isn't breaking the consoles of offenders, at least not immediately. YouTube creator Scattered Brain posted a video about their ban Switch 2 in which they tried to go find a way around the ban. An attempt to visit the eShop wasn't possible. You can unlink the account from the console, so both activities require the internet. If you try to boot your Switch 2, this is pretty true, because you even go and do your very first time launch, or even transfer your Switch to Switch 2 data, you did require an online access. I had that myself. And yeah, so yeah, they were able to, basically unable to link their virtual game cards from their Switch 2 from the Nintendo's account management site and load them onto a Switch 2 OLED, suggesting the ban is limited to the hardware and not the account, which is maybe good, maybe bad. Like, you buy a bunch of games, you can maybe go launch up your account too as well, but like the console itself is bricked, so like the console's donezo, so you can't really hack it or pirate it on the console. Hopefully I worded that right. And however, a factory reset essentially bricked their Switch 2, as it is no longer then setting into any Nintendo account. This is something that Nintendo reserves the right to do as well, which is also crazy just to know. I think this has happened before on prior consoles, like the 360 back in the day when people used to go and jailbreak it and do like modded lobbies for Call of Duty. Steam does this if you're hacking in their games, but you can still access your single player games. So like, I don't think this is the world's worst vibe. I think I'm okay with it. Like, it's just if you're pirating, they take out your console. I'm not going to really do this myself, so I get it. Like, it's okay. So no one, but especially MIG users should be prized about this ban. Like I said, Nintendo has a rich history of aggressively pursuing those who pirated its games too as well, and people who even did emulators. They try to take them down pretty quickly too on top of this. So it's just a big deal, because this is pretty much the very first like time this has actually happened so far. And like, a lot of people are kind of okay with this. Like, I don't think it's the craziest thing, saying like, yeah, it's been known if you mod your console, you use unapproved devices, and you do it on, do it offline mode, and like try to make it so you don't have a connection. You don't want to have your console have like a connection online either, because you don't want to get banned. You know, like there's like, I got banned on my original modded 360. I know people who used to mod 360s for like $50 each. And then usually their consoles get broken, but people are like, whatever, I'm almost done with this Call of Duty cycle. I'm going to sell my Xbox. And instead of them just selling it to like a GameStop or Facebook Marketplace, they'll just go and mod it and have fun for like, you know, a few weeks until they get banned and move on. Like, it happens. Like, I get it. Like, I don't like that. I don't like hackers or cheaters, but I get it. And as well, they're like, hey, wait until these secondhand markets just flooded with these lot consoles too as well. And then, yeah. So they're not like, they're like, hey, there's an easy solution. Just don't probably emulate is probably what they're trying to go and say too as well. But yeah, people are like kind of assuming this is more so on the pirated end. I would probably agree. Like, most people aren't going through the effort in buying these random like discs to insert when it's not just something, you know, just something they just want to pirate. They just want to steal. And I don't want to say I'm okay with pirating. Pirating, I'm not. Emulation, I'm okay with. You know, tasteful emulation, go for it too as well. But yeah, a lot of people are just getting banned too on top of that. You're saying like, it's better to take your entire collection with you, just go online. Like, if some people are like, who cares? Which I do want to say right now, the Switch is mostly an online console, Switch 2, because you have Mario Kart World. That's pretty much about it. Maybe when more games come out, maybe you just really like Zelda. Maybe you're just old and you just don't care, because Nintendo's online is a little bit sketchy. Let's be honest with you guys too as well. And then people even call Nintendo shameless money grabbers, but they're still in their right. And I'm kind of curious of your opinion if you guys have watched the video. What do you guys think? Because I think they're in the right. Like, I think it's fine. Like, they're just getting rid of people who are most likely pirating their games too as well. They're banning people from their consoles. I think it's okay. I don't know, I just buy all the games whenever I want to buy them in the first place. I got my Switch 2. I've barely even had a chance to play it because I've had a little, you know, life stuff going on and some internet issues. I'd have Comcast work with me. You know, it is what it is. Sally, it is what it is. But yeah, people were kind of calling about this one stuff. People are calling it out. People are complaining on Facebook, and hackers and cheaters are getting them all banned too as well. There's been many people selling in the marketplace, which is probably pretty valid. I'd probably agree this will most likely happen, so please be careful. Don't buy anything on third party. I know the stock is still not as readily available over time, and I just don't do online stuff, don't connect it, but like, this is just them trying to go take care of pirators and people using these MIG discs to go play games that are most likely pirated. There is a legitimate reason for it, I'm sure people do, but I don't really think I fault Nintendo too much for what they're doing right now with these consoles. So give me your thoughts and comments on everything down below. Is this a big deal? Is it not? Subscribe if you guys are new, and check out the Switch 2 giveaway down below. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching and all your patience so far, and I'll talk to you guys all soon in the near future.